Rising 14 stories above downtown, this is billed as North America's first vertical convention center. Its striking design of steel, glass, and wood is eye-catching, but the amenities inside are what's most impressive. Here are a few numbers that highlight this new $2 billion facility. It has more than 570,000 square feet of event space, more than doubling the capacity of the convention center when you factor in the original building. There's a 58,000 square foot ballroom, 62 meeting rooms, and 2 gigantic exhibit halls. One you can drive a tractor trailer into. Joining me now is the President and CEO, Jeff Blosser, who is the man behind this vision. Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
Jeff, can you please clear up any confusion about this building? Does this one replace the existing convention center?
It doesn't. It's an additional facility for us. And the reason around that is really because we didn't have enough dates and space in the Arts building. So building the Summit facility really gives us the opportunity now to book things simultaneously or book things in a move-in and move-out scenario, which really then opens up our ability to be able to bring more people to Seattle.
Can you go over the names of the buildings again? They have different names, don't they?
We went from the Washington State Convention Center to the Seattle Convention Center, and we wanted to make sure that the campus had the ability for people to understand which building they needed to go to, because they're not connected. So being able to do that, we used the Sky Bridge as the arch, if you will, for the current building, and then the hill climb as the summit for the new building. And it really allowed us then to be able to make sure that people understand, I got to go to the summit for this meeting, or I got to go to the arch for this convention. So it really helped us do that.
Now that the convention center space has nearly doubled in Seattle, actually more than doubled, what does it mean for our city?
It really means a couple different things. One is, like I said, it really helps us with the types of events that we can do now that we couldn't do before. But if events do want to get bigger, or if they want to have additional space, or they may want to co-locate with somebody else, and groups will do that so that they can broaden their perspective and their attendees. We now have the capabilities with the 2 buildings to be able to do those for them, either get bigger or have multiple events.
As for the convention center, tell us about the new vertical design.
Well, I think when you take a look at an urban setting and you want to make sure that the convention center is set in a way that allows for people to enjoy the city, enjoy all that the city has to offer, whether that's restaurants or retail or attractions like Pike Place Market, you really got to be downtown. And the only way to do that anymore is really to build it in the urban core. And for us to be able to get the space that we needed, it really had to go vertical. And they have LMN, who's our architects, did an excellent job of being able to put this in the downtown core in the heart of the city, and then go with the space vertically that gives us all the opportunities in the space that we need to be successful.
Is there a long wait list?
It would be nice if we had that, but we do have a lot of people coming in now, and once the building is open, you know, people want to make sure that everything is ready to go for them. So we're getting a lot of interest both locally and nationally now for the availability of the Summit building, but also just to come to Seattle. And that's what we really wanted to offer, because we were saying no a lot with the other building because we just didn't have the space and dates. Now we can say yes, and when you can say yes, then you get people to come to town.
Which is better for the city and better
Absolutely.
For the economy.
Right.
I know there are too many to list, but tell me about some of your favorite features of this convention center.
Well, there's lots of them actually. I really like the entrance to the building that you see here, which really gives us the ability to have the public to come into where our retail core is going to be, and then the convention center itself. And so we have those opportunities. There's lots of issues in here in this whole building about everything that we've done from a sustainability standpoint. Some of the wood support that you see came from the old Honda building that was built in 1930, so we saved the structure there and we put that in different places of the building. The hill climb is going to be a spectacular location for people to plug in, take a load off, network, whatever they would like to do. The ballroom, which we'll see, is just spectacular. And I think those are the kinds of things that really make some sense for us in terms of what people will see in the building. Glass everywhere. Every corner of this building, you can see a different location of downtown Seattle, which makes it very, very special and very, very different than most convention centers. So those kinds of things, the atriums that are here allow you to see all the way up to the building and down to the exhibit hall, which is really something that's very special and not around any other convention center. So I think we offer those things that nobody else has, and we can showcase those.
That's wonderful. Well, Jeff, thank you for agreeing to help us lead a tour
Sure.
today. So we're on our way to the next spot.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay. We've now moved upstairs to the ballroom of the Seattle Convention Center Summit Edition. As you see, they're still putting on some of the finishing touches. But Jeff, I wanted to ask you, this is a large room. Tell me what it can be used for.
Well, we can use a lot of different things in here. So it's very flexible. And the reason it's so big is so that we have that ability to be able to put in a large plenary session for like 4,000 people, or sit down dinner for 3,500, or you can break this into 3 different rooms so that you can use it for whole different things. It could be a whole different set in each of those 3 rooms. So lots of lobby space out there to be able to function with that way. And so we wanted to make sure that the meeting planner had the opportunity to do whatever they needed to do in this ballroom.
And speaking of ceilings, I mean, this is a unique one with a story behind it.
Yeah, so 3,900 plus planks in the ceiling, and really they came from log booms. They're called wormwood, and it really sets the tone in this space of being able to use wood, recycled wood, and then also the lighting, how the lighting system bounces off of the wood in the building with different colored lights and capabilities. It's spectacular at night especially, but it's spectacular for any event.
And as people may not know from behind the scenes, this is a very eco-friendly building.
It is.
Be LEED certified.
It is. And we have lots of different options there. We have solar panels on the roof. We buy local with all of our food. We compost everything. It's about 78% diversion rate for our trash as well. So we really wanted to make sure that we had the ability to have an eco-friendly building, one that's going to have a sustainable operation and be very Northwest. And I think we've been able to accomplish that.
Thank you, Jeff. We're moving on to one more spot. Our final stop on this new addition to the Seattle Convention Center is the hill climb staircase. And Jeff, what an amazing view.
Money shot right here, don't you think? It really showcases how this building interacts with downtown. It also, this specific location here allows for people to come out from their meeting space and network, plug in if they want to, enjoy the sun like we have today. But it really was to make sure that people could get together and have this opportunity, as well as the views. I mean, you can see all the way down to the bay. You can see First Hill and Capitol Hill here. It really showcases the city, and that's really exactly what we wanted to do with this space.
And that's part of the reason for the name?
It is. So you climb up to the summit and you get the best view in town. So we really wanted to showcase that, and then we called it that as well.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So you've had a lot of events here already, and you have a lot more coming through. Can you tell us about them?
Sure, we had Comic-Con, which is everybody's favorite, where if you get a chance to see people here in costume, and the building really did really well with them. We have SHAPE coming up, which is a physical education group. We have a Microsoft event called Build coming up as well. We have 6 conventions in April and May. We're really excited about those opportunities to have those events here in the Summit building. 54,000 folks coming into downtown core is exactly what we're supposed to do, and to help the city.
Yeah, and exactly. Your quote is saying this could be a catalyst to help reinvigorate the entire downtown core. Why is that?
Well, if we can put more people on the street and we can get more people to come to downtown, they activate the shops, they activate retail, they activate the hotels, and I think it really helps with the whole safety issue as well. So we want to do our part if we can with the city to make sure that we can bring people to downtown.
Jeff Blosser, President and CEO of the Seattle Convention Center, I just want to thank you for helping give this tour and for being with us today.
You're welcome.
Watch CityStream Tuesday nights at 7 on the Seattle Channel, or find us anytime online at seattlechannel.org.